In 1880, some years after the Lincoln County War had ended, Billy the Kid was being defamed publicly by John Chisholm, the very man who helped fund Billy the Kid's side during the war. The following letter is exactly as Billy had written it to the governor of New Mexico, explaining his side of the story.
Dear Sir, I noticed in the Las Vegas Gazette a piece which stated that Billy the Kid, the name by which I am known in the county, was captain of a band of outlaws who hold forth at the Portales. There is no such organization in existence, so the gentleman must have drawn very heavily on his imagination. My business at the White Oaks at the time I was waylaid and my horse killed was to see Judge Leonard, who has my case in hand. He had written to me to come up, that he thought he could get everything straightened up. I did not find him at the Oaks. I should have gone to Lincoln, if I had met with no accident. After mine and Billy Wilson's horses were killed, we both made our way to a station 40 miles from the Oaks kept by Mr. Greathouse. When I got up the next morning, the house was surrounded by an outfit led by one Carlyle, who came into the house and demanded a surrender. I asked for their papers and they had none, so I concluded it accounted to nothing more than a mob and told Carlyle that he would have to stay in the house and lead the way out that night. Soon after, a note was brought in stating that if Carlyle did not come out inside of 5 minutes, they would kill the station keeper, who had left the house and was with them. In a short time, a shot was fired on the outside, and Carlyle, thinking Greathouse was killed, jumped through the window, breaking the sash as he went, and was killed by his own party, they thinking it was me, trying to make my escape. The party then withdrew. They returned the next day and burned an old man named Spencer's house and Greathouse's also. I made my way to the place afoot, and during my absence, Deputy Sheriff Garrett, acting under Chisholm's orders, went to the Portales and found nothing. On his way back, he went to Mr. Yerby's ranch, who took a pair of mules of mine which I had left him with Mr. Bowdry, who was in charge of Mr. Yerby's cattle. Garrett claimed that they were stolen, and even if they were not, he had a right to confiscate any outlaw's property. I have been at Sumner since I left Lincoln, making my living gambling. The mules were brought by me, the truth of which I can prove by the best citizens around Sumner. John Chisholm is the man who got me into trouble and was benefited thousands by it, and is now doing all he can against me. There is no doubt but what there is a great deal of stealing going on in the territory, and a great deal of the property is taken across the plains, as it is a good outlet. But as far as my being at the head of a band, there is nothing of it. Several instances I have recovered stolen property when there was no chance to get an officer to do it. One instance for Hugo Zuber, Post Office, Puerto de Luna. Another for Pablo Anas, same place. If some impartial party were to investigate this matter, they would find it far different from the impression put out by Chisholm and yours respectfully, William Bonney.